money. I say I'll meet you there after 12. Both of them. So come up with the money.
Well, that's why I'm gonna pass this along, and I'll see if I can get the money to back that up. I'll call you back right away.
Yeah.
And outside of that, maybe we can meet on the 14th if this doesn't work out with the other deals.
Yeah, just text me your information. This is my cell phone number, so I can have it here, so I know who you are.
Wonderful. I'll do that right now. Okay. Pleasure speaking with you. Thanks, Ioannis. Take care. Okay.
You too.
All right. Bye bye. That's how you do it, guys. And I'm sorry. I thought that you guys were with me. I thought you were live. I sat here, I had the whole conversation. I did record it here, so I'll get that out to you. I just made a cold call for a property that I am trying to pick up for clients. And just say this here. I just spoke to the owner of the property we drove past the other day with the 2 structures on it. He has a couple standing offers. He's getting approvals from the town. Hopefully on the 14th, it's his final meeting with the town. He has plans to have 2 apartments above and 2 commercial spots below. There's only 1 meter on both buildings, so he kicked all the tenants out last year, and he's now trying to get it converted. He said he would take $475. This is the stuff that pisses me off. That didn't all record. He said he would take $475, but he wants to sell it with the plans, which is not a bad thing. Maybe he could take those, and he had architect plans drawn up. He said he spent $30,000 on this. So anyway, give me a call when you guys have a chance. He's going to be up here on the 14th, apparently meeting a builder and one other potential buyer. But he said he just wants someone to step up with the cash. He said everybody talks and nobody's been able to follow through. So let me know if that number is something that you guys can see working out. And if it does, then we may want to try to jump the gun on them and put this together. But anyway, he and I are now in contact. Let me know what you guys want to do. So I do want to share that in order for you to succeed as a realtor, you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to be willing to make phone calls that you normally wouldn't want to make. They're mostly cold. You're mostly making cold calls as a realtor. Your warm calls dry up very quick. And so you spend most of your time figuring out who can you speak to that will give you the time of day. Now, I just had a 10-minute conversation with this gentleman that owns a property, and if you can get past the first 5 seconds, you're pretty much golden. You got a lot of opportunity there. And so, good conversation. If my clients are able to get to that number, it sounds like he's got a few things going on, so I probably don't have a listing out of this, but if I could still get at least covered to get paid so I don't have to ask my clients to pay me, that's always the best, you know. We lived in a world here in Connecticut. We're a buyer agency state, so every time I sat down to sign a listing agreement, we were guaranteeing the buyer's commission. And so that changed in August. I think it was August 17th, where now we have to negotiate for our commissions on all sides. So when we sit down with a seller now, I say my commission is, and what do we want to pay out to the buyer? I always suggest you put a carrot out there because you want the buyer's agents to be aggressive and be hungry and wanting to do the deal. And they all do the deal no matter what, but it's there are especially some transactions are harder than others. That's the reality of it. 17 years I've been doing this, and sometimes you have a client that buys something right away, and sometimes they take forever. I had a few clients, one of them took 3.5 years to buy a property. And we went out and saw properties almost every single week, and for 3.5 years. But it was 2 people with completely different tastes, and it took that right storm of detail. I mean, we saw hundreds of properties, so it just eventually the timing was right for them to buy. The scarier thing is they said they had worked with many other agents before me for 5 years, and downtown Fairfield, Connecticut. find a spot to park. Flying it, fine to do it. I mean, there's not really any restrictions on flying a drone, but as long as you're staying within the limits. Let's see what we got here. I'm backing her in. Backing her in. There we go. Let's see how this. Uh-oh. A little close to that lady. She's also. Well, she didn't back her in. I backed her in. All right, so let's just refresh for a second. It's midweek. Offer. I'm gonna get that going. All right, so here we are, guys. I did want to fly the drone. I just don't have the time right now. However, if I can get my offer out, which shouldn't take me very long, and make a few more phone calls, which I did want to do on the air with you. I like the idea of doing the cold calls live. Let's see if there's anybody else we can call real quick. All right, so they're responding about the property. I just got some information about, guys, when you're at it and you're just trying to get a property for your clients in a market where there's no property.
Move from the Homeland Security Committee.
It's kind of scary. I was saying earlier, let me see if, I don't know if, I hope. What the hell? What's really scary is I saw that Florida right now has so much real estate like they can't sell. What's weird is we're the complete opposite here in the Northeast, where we have zero real estate to choose from. People are just getting ridiculous value. And here's a good example. I sold a property. It was a condo. I think it was 505 my clients paid, and this was like 2018, and I just saw one pop up in the complex. I hadn't looked in a while, and it was on for $942, and I was like, what is, it's like doubled in value as a condo. And I was looking, I'm like, yeah, $785 to $950. I was like, so it is really amazing how quickly we have almost doubled in value here in Fairfield County in the last few years. My trade at the end of the year is kind of a little bit of that, a little bit more data for us to digest on that is, almost 900,000 for 1.6 and change. It's mind blowing. But it's supply and demand. That's what it is. And right now, Florida has a supply and demand issue too. There's too much supply, no demand. So I was actually thinking it may be interesting. It may be interesting if I could figure out how to put a group of people together and just we pool our cash, just pool a ton of money and buy real estate in Florida. Hear me out. We just hold it. Get people in there, rent out those units, even if it's something just covers the cost, and hold it. Just hold it, because it's a roller coaster ride. Everything's a roller coaster ride. There are times where the market's like it is right now here, and we talk about times where, and I was saying this the other day, you could have the perfect property and it sat for 6 to 9 months. This was not too long ago, guys. It was just before the pandemic, where it was hard to sell real estate, to find buyers and get people to pay what you wanted them to pay. Now they're paying what you never expected you'd get. Like, oh, I wanted $1 million, I got $1.3 million. It's like, what? But that's the market, and people are fighting. They want the property, they pay more. You go into these multiple bid situations and people don't know how to handle that because there's no fee. What was good about the old way of doing real estate is you would put an offer in and then you'd get a response from the seller and final offer in first, and it better be an offer that you can be considered for. And so we're dealing with it, Let me see what they're saying. Yeah, they're definitely interested. So the most important thing you could do is provide opportunity. And information, and then allow your clients to make hopefully informed decisions based on all of that information you put in front of them. So right now, what I'm trying to do is find what's like a red herring. We have to find something that doesn't exist. Real estate. I need to find property right now for multiple clients that are looking. So, but I also need more listings. So not just to find a property. So I want to get like listings to have a portfolio of properties for people to choose from. Right now, it's like very few people have a handful of listings in this area. I saw someone up in a commercial up in Hartford, right, that just has like 15 listings. I was like, wow, that's like Hartford must be just having a little bit different of a market than us. It's only about 2 hours away, an hour and a half away. So anyhow, I am heading into the office, guys, to do my work. I hope to see you later. I wanted to thank you for popping in for this little drive-by. I should have gotten the drone out. You know what? If I film any of it, I'll show it to you later. I usually like to bring it into the feed. Maybe next time what we'll do is we'll start with the drone. So as I start the show, it's just like flying through the air. You're like, oh, wow, Mark's flying. I got my license. When you're flying up there in your Cessna. Anyway, I got to go. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for kicking it with me for a little bit. And, right, it's time for me to get going. Let me shut this camera off. It's a rock. It's a roll. And I will see you a little later. I can't see. Let me see quickly. I don't want to just hang up right now because if there is anybody who's on with me, I want to say thank you for being here. So, hold on. We have some people on YouTube, so give me a minute. It's a rock. It's a roll. We got audio. Callie, how are you? Trish Killian, Brian, Queen City. It is good to see you guys. Tim Beers, Trent Martin. Oh, I want to say you guys are awesome. Thank you for kicking it with me. Very quick chat here from the car. Remember, always go. Don't sit still. There's nothing but regret in sitting still. You have to get out there and make things happen. You know it. I know it. The American people know it. And gosh darn it, we're going to do it. So I hope to see you later. I don't know if we're live on TikTok. I was going to say thank you to them as well, but I can't seem to figure that out. I think I disconnected that because when you're driving in the car, even when you don't look at the camera, which I don't, I'm always... you still will get knocked off the air by TikTok. So, anyway, this is the show. There's a camera here in front. What do you want me to do? Everywhere I go, it follows me. I'm like, what am I supposed to do about that? I'm driving. And then the camera's with me. And one day when we have people sitting in the car with me, next to me, when we're doing one of these, we're both on camera, same time in it, that'll be cool. So anyway, I do appreciate you guys. I hope to see you later. And until then, this is the Mark Pires Discover Connecticut show. And I hope to, now that the weather's starting to change, it's 55 degrees, I may even broadcast live from the street somewhere right now after I finish up my offer. And we're out again, but we're in the streets. Whew. Woo! Anyway, all right, appreciate you guys. Because I want to do, by the way, the other thing you missed, and we talked about this earlier, but I think my mic was off again. It's not my mic. It's that this system defaults as microphone off. Like, why would you default as microphone off? It should be default on, and then you could shut things off. You know what I mean? So you start, and if you're trying to get live and you're doing all these other things, Now I have to turn the mic on every time, so I have to remember that going forward. Sorry, guys. However, I did want to point out that we have the ability to use this and broadcast from my properties, from downtown, anywhere in Connecticut, and I hope to start having mortgage brokers on once a week for a Mortgage Minute with Mark. And it's going to be really cool because we'll get an overview together on what's happening. We're going to talk to multiple mortgage brokers that I work with, so they all have a chance to share their style with you guys. And if you have a need going forward, you can always reach out to them. I'm only going to have you on air with really brilliant people that do an amazing job. So we're starting with my friend Tim Martin, who works with me here at Coldwell Banker. And Tim will probably be on with us a lot because I see him almost like every time I see him go to the office. And he's in a lot. And he's also a heck of a guy, top performer. So tomorrow or Friday, we talked about getting together. It could be tomorrow around like 1 or 2 o'clock. So I'll keep you guys in the loop on that. And if you can join for it, it's going to be cool to start having people on with me. I want to start doing that almost every day if I can get different people on, different agents even, just to talk about real estate. And we're going to start doing something really unique here, multiple cameras and having a conversation about things. So I really want to kick this into higher gear. So I appreciate you. I hope you have an awesome day. And if you have any needs in the real estate market, whether it be buy, sell, or you have a piece of real estate that you want to maybe rent, whatever it is, I do it, commercial, let me know. My number, it's right at the bottom of the screen. No, I'm just kidding, it's not. But just, guys, you could actually, I think you could see my email address, though. There it is. See? Sometimes when you're doing it, and you've got, don't I have it set up the other way? Yeah, I do, hold on. Sometimes when you're doing it, and everything works out perfect, you know, sitting in the driveway at my office. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. I will see you later. Have a great day. And hit that right there. Send me a note. Anything you want to talk about, any questions you have real estate related, comment below. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications, and I will see you